Welcome back to Silicon Beats. Today we're going to cover how to pull vowel sounds out of a bass riff using a series of filters. Now I have a drum and bass loop that I took from our drum and bass volume 1 sample set, and then I have a bass lick laid over top of it. So I just want to give you an example of what this will sound like once we get everything set up. Now the first thing you'll want to do is pull up a synth. In this case I just chose Massive, just a blank synth, and then you'll want to drop in an audio effect rack. Now within that effect rack, throw in an auto filter. Go ahead and set this to a band pass and give it a nice high resonant peak. Now if you click on your macros in your chain control, we'll need to do a bit of mapping. So just go to map mode, and we'll route our frequency and then our gain. There we go. So as I move this control, you can see we get this sweeping effect on our filter. Now let's duplicate this chain until we have 5 filters. Good. So at this point, if we scroll up to our macro mappings, we have our frequency, cutoff, and our filter volumes for each chain that we've duplicated. And this is where you'll start to input your numbers to basically pull out the vowel sounds from your bass lines. So again, we're going from an O to an I. So for chain 1, we'll want our frequency minimum to be 400, max to be 250, and then we'll set our volumes to 0 dB for both of them. For chain 2, we'll do 750 to 1750, and then we'll set our volumes to -11 and -30. I know this seems kind of tedious, but one of the cool things is that once you get it done, you can save it as a preset so you don't have to do this all over again. So we'll do 2400 to 2600, and then -21 to -16. Alright, 2 more to go. 2600 to 3050. So -20, -22, and then the last chain. So we'll do 2900 to 3340. For volume, we'll set -40, -28. Now I got these numbers from a vowel frequency chart. I don't exactly have access to it right now, but if you just go on Google and search for, formant chart or vowel frequency table, you should find something that'll give you the different frequency numbers that you need to make this happen. Once our numbers are put in, we can scroll down to map mode, just exit out of that, and now we can save our rack. So you just click on this little circle with what looks like a disc in it, and you can type in bass, vowel, O to I, whatever vowels you're morphing from. As you can see, I have mine already saved. Now we want to route this macro control to our MIDI keyboard. If you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can automate these parameters just by dragging up and down on this control with your mouse or in your envelope editor. But to map it to our MIDI keyboard, we just scroll up and click on this MIDI, then scroll down and choose the control that we want and link it to our keyboard. For me, I have an Akai MPK49, so it's as easy as just sliding up on the knob that I want to route it to. Now exit out of MIDI, and I have control of that parameter. Makes it real easy. So I'll just drop this MIDI clip down, and we can see it in action. And that's basically how it's done. So this has been a look at how to pull out vowel sounds from a bass riff. We hope you found this tutorial helpful, and be sure to visit us at siliconbeats.com.